My name is Emma.
There is a bee here, and I'm really scared of bees.
I've never been stung by one, so I don't know if I'm allergic or not. I left the windows open and I came home. I'm not joking. Like, do you know when you get the big... Is that a big? But like, what Karen like to say? It's not a naughty fly.
It's the same.
They're everywhere around Liverpool. That's what I was saying. I came home one day and like, I wish I was joking. Like, you might get the odd one in your flat. So there was 10 on the window, and I know.
Oh no,
I was
our smart man.
No, I was like, I've cleaned the bins. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think it was the rain. I don't know. It's just
hit it.
I don't know.
Grab-
Okay, I'm gonna get back to my question. So, if this conversation was like a chapter of your life, what would this be called?
Damn.
Oh, I love that. Damn. I think I'm gonna title that. Damn. With Amy. Damn.
Yeah.
And because I know that for a fact it's gonna get lonely for me slowly.
Welcome to the club.
I know that.
The club we all fit. Yeah.
It's a chaotic and unhinged club.
Yeah.
And I would love for it to be a community. Honestly, I'd love for it to be a community. I think I really hope it makes it. I don't know right now. I'm really confused. I am really on like the first stage of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing, if I'm being honest, but I really hope there's a space for it.
I hope you look back at what you just said there in like a few months' time or even a year's time. Like, wow. No, I just spiral because I'm like, I'll be talking about something and then I get an idea. Where is it?
This is... I am scared of insects. Like,
I don't think
really
it's
scared.
Myself, there was one night, do you know, like, when people are like, oh, like, I don't know, people's all telling me to slow down.
Yeah.
Just take a day off. I'm like, I'll do what I want, when I want. If the passion and like the drive's there to do it. So there's one time I stayed up for 42 hours, and that was 2 weeks ago. And I was just, like, I went to the gym and all the next day. But I felt fine. I listened to my body. Last week, I did, like, chill out, though. Like, I went to the sauna and everything, and I had to switch off.
Yeah. I haven't switched off for like 4 weeks now. Since I've started working on like Plot. No switch. There is no switch off.
There's no like, see, when you're trying to build something as well, like you're online on TikTok, on maybe like Spotify, and people are like, oh, the work-life balance. Like when you're at this age, like you don't have like anyone dependent on you, such as like kids and like a mortgage and stuff like that. So just, yeah, people are like work-life balance. I'm like, no, I'm working so I can have a life when I'm older. Like,
I know, I get
there.
I think that's the tension with our age. I think there's so much of pressure, Amy. Everybody that I meet here is working their asses off. Like, they're working 12-hour shifts. They're doing... And when I started, I didn't know that it is a 24-hour job. I think in 40, you might be able to switch off for like a bit. But I don't know.
I don't enjoy it. Like when I try to switch off, and my family were over maybe last week. Yeah, last week. And I was up. So there was kids too. Like they wake up at 7:30. I was up at 5 and then doing some work and then going to bed at night. So now my nephew, he's seen it all and he thinks that like I can like hack into the back of Minecraft and build in some skins. Like, oh my god, you can hack into Minecraft. Like, can you build me a new character so Mum doesn't have to pay? I was like, yeah. And then Fia, like my niece, she's 5. She sees me on like Canva, designing things, and she designed cereal boxes. Like, yes, one day. And then I was like thinking when I've spiraled, and then one night, Junior being like, oh my god, that's like a gap in the market, like that type of cereal for kids. And I was like, oh, she is like, she's the reason why I'm going to build a cereal company now. But no, all jokes aside,
it looks inspiring to like kids at that age.
Yeah,
it looked inspiring to us when we were kids.
That's what they say. It's like, be creative like a child and then like build with like tech that way. Because even seeing how creative they are, like even though some of it like might be absolute nonsense, like I was showing them like the website and they were like, "Yes, that's cool. That's not the right color green." I was like, "How dare you?" But then I checked the hex code and it wasn't. It was like, do you know what I mean? Well, I guess switching off that way, it can be hard, and like See, when I was a child,
Yeah.
do you know when you were running around being like, oh, I can't wait to be that girl who was like running around her phone and like, yeah, on like emails and like culture back years ago as well, like getting your own mail.
Oh yeah.
It's like I was that sad where, what was it? I sent myself mail and I was like maybe like 10 so I could open it. Now I don't check the letterbox because I'm like, it's just bad vibes, bad energy. Like I said to my sister as well. But yeah, when I was younger, it was like the ideology of me walking around like, hey, it's Amy, like, what are you?
Their calls seem busy, working on the laptop, having coffee.
It's that way. It was a good, but
And look at us now, we're running away from it. We're kind of running away from it.
Like whenever it did start happening, and then next thing it was like, you can't put your phone down, and then I had to go get a work phone to kind of merge the two off. But then it's sort of when you have the work phone and my personal phone, but then with the way I work as well, like my relationship with some of my clients is very like, I don't want to say like really personal, but it's sort of like, even when I do some ghostwriting for LinkedIn as well for a client, like I kind of need to know what's going on in his day-to-day life and things like that. So then again, it's like, what's the point in having a work phone when it's all in the personal? But now it's more so, I thought when I was younger, like that's me successful, like on the laptop, like emails and like doing all that. But now I'm like, all I want is like peace.
You don't get it. You don't get it. I thought it was easy. Like you could like work, go home, sit. You can't.
No.
You can't. Your brain doesn't stop, does it?
This is what I've had to do too. So obviously with me being self-employed, I work from home.
Yeah.
And whenever I first started, I was like in my bed. This was like a bad habit because obviously I haven't officially launched, but like from working in a marketing agency before, I knew I needed like my templates, my contracts, like streamline my systems. So I was like up at night, like doing absolutely everything I could, like on Canva. And then you kind of do your research and go on to other people's like TikToks that give templates too. And like you sort of copy them. And I was like, my brain doesn't work like that though. So then you're kind of going him and on. So it's more so what I learned from that was like, I literally just got an A4 page, write down how I want things to work and then template it my way.
Yeah.
And instead of copying someone else's, because it's like copy and paste and then you're copy and pasting their success in a way too. And then
I don't think that most creatives like coffee thing. They do get like inspirations. I get inspirations from a lot of people, but that's there. I can't copy it. I can't do that but then people who are not creatives might.
It's copy paste and you're like, even the most established creatives, like if you see, what was that thing? Duolingo. Did you see what they did? Like that there, out of the box, sort of thinking, and then next thing Lipton tea said that the lemon tea was going. So it's more so, no matter how creative you are, you kind of like try and copy and paste someone else's success.
But then you hit the writer's block as well. Like I have it recently, and I don't know what I'm doing on LinkedIn honestly at this point. I'm just
there's some days where I'm like going to bed at night being like, oh my god, like listen to me, can I say like, I would go to bed at night and be like, oh my god, I cannot wait for this post in the morning. Also, I see other people on LinkedIn being like, it shouldn't take you more than 3 hours on a Sunday to write a LinkedIn post. You're lucky if one post takes me 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because I have one back and forth. Like, yes, there's like AI because you have the idea. And with my notes app as well, like I could get a thought in the shower. The most time I get my thoughts or like ideas is when I'm not meant to be working and I'm like, just shut up for a second.
I know, I get it. I get it.
Best ones. And like, even there, I was in the kitchen one day and I had a really good idea. I was like, this would bang as a LinkedIn post, but I could also carry it forward for a client because it's sort of similar. And I ran in the room to get my phone and looked in the notes and I was like, oh my god, that was a really good idea. But when you go blank, So here's me going back into the kitchen. I was like, right, what did I touch? I was like, put the kettle back on. After pouring myself a cup of tea, I opened the drawer and I was like, right, get the spoon and put the sugar in. I was like, my tea is 4 sugars. But I'm trying to like repeat what I was doing. I didn't come back until it was like 2 o'clock that night. And I was like, literally like a ghost in bed when you just rise up and be like, that was it. I was like, here we go. And that's the one that actually got me the most on LinkedIn.
Yeah. It's just the ideas that come out of you out of nowhere. Yesterday night, I was showering. I was getting ready for today.
Yeah.
And something hit me like, you know what? This is how you should start the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I started repeating it to myself. This is how I'm going to start the podcast so that I don't forget. This is how I'm going to start the podcast. This is how and I forget. I don't know what I said. I have no idea.
Sort of thinking like that. It's sort of more natural in a way instead of it being like forced. So I hate sometimes like say for example, I'm on a discovery call with a lead or something like that, and they're like, "Do you have any content ideas?" And I'm like, "Right, if you're forcing some out of me, like I would have had some, and like, I'd say a few more, but it's more so like the creative side of things, like where I get blocked to sometimes if I go seeking inspiration, and Pinterest is amazing.
I love Pinterest.
Yeah,
I love Pinterest.
Pinterest is so good. And what else? Whenever I'm doing like websites, say for example, like what's it called, Dribble, and things like that. It's like Pinterest but for websites and like portfolios.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel when I'm going looking for inspiration, I will get stuck like just on that piece, and I'm like, right, I really like the idea of that. Now how can I turn it into my own? So it's sort of like you're breaking it apart, and then you're looking back and you're like, it looks like the exact same and just change the colour, but you can't do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so kind of when you're striving for inspiration, it's sort of like take it and like I'll look at it for 2 seconds now and take it away, because I'll take what I need on the desk and just go.
You just need like that sense of, that hit, that okay, this is it.
Yeah.
And then something hits in your head that this could work for this.
Yeah.
So it's just that, I don't know, that flow that you get.
No, definitely. I think even like, say for example, like there's myself and then I have to do like my clients and content creation, and see having a flip between the two. So this is why I feel like everyone always told me at the start, like you need to niche down. So obviously, right, say for example with social media management, ideally you would niche down into, first of all, you go B2B or B2C or like tech, and then you'd niche it down further to say you'd only do it for accountancy firms or like things like that. I tried, I can't. And then again, it was sort of the fear that if I did niche down, like going too specific, and I'm like, well, when I'm starting off, I want as many clients as I can get. So I'm like, I'm not, that was scary to niche down. I feel like I was doing what worked for me better, because I, like, if you see my computer, there's not many tabs open.
Oh my.
Don't ask me my favourite colour, anything like that, because I'm always changing my mind about things. Like, it's not necessarily that, like, I don't like it, but it's kind of like jumping from one thing to the next. So I feel like not niching down was, like, better for me, like, creativity-wise.
Yeah.
One thing, I'm working on a construction company, and I will get an idea then for a client who's an astrologist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how make that make sense?
I get that. And I don't think that in the beginning we should niche down.
No, it's
like, because our creative
put you in a box, and I'm like screaming like, no,
you don't want to put yourself in a box. No, I don't think so. I think I've worked in like different industries. Oh my god, medical and then fashion. So like 2 very different industries.
Yeah.
And then you never know what's gonna hit.
No,
you just never know that.
And I feel like, say for example, you have like as you said, like the medical industry, it's learning that language as well.
It's the technicalities, it's the information, it's the bloody research
when you don't know it.
No, because you'd have
to like AI and savior.
Yeah,
like do you know what I mean?
At least you could double check with AI. So if you could do like your research price, so when people hate on AI, I'm like, no, he's my best friend.
It's like your thinking partner more than anything. One thing I did know, whenever I first started, and I'll thank paid ads for this.
Yeah.
So whenever I first went self-employed, it got to like, I want to say January, and I started doing like going to networking groups where I didn't know anybody. Well, I'll lie. The next one I went to, knew Stacey. She was also a social media manager, and I started going. That's when I started going to Hoodle then, and me like maybe 2 years ago, I like going into a public space, I'd be like shy and like,
I get it.
Oh my god. And now it's kind of crazy because I'm like, right, I have to force myself like out of my comfort zone and go and talk to all these people who already run their own businesses. Like whenever I went, they're like, how long have you been self-employed? I'm like, a month. They're like, you're there. And now they're like, where's Amy today? And like come up to me, asking me for like strategies and things like that. So it's like, I don't know, what do they call it? Like around the world, or what's that? That there's sort of moment. But where was I going with that?
It's okay.
Networking thing. I had a really good point to say about that. Yeah, with the AI.
Yeah.
So then I was like searching up like courses I've got to do with AI, because I feel like if you don't start adapting with AI now, you'll get left behind. And it's crazy the amount of people who don't know about it.
Oh yes, I know.
Yeah.
A lot of like niche industries that I've worked with, I currently work with,
yeah,
they don't know about AI. They don't know anything about AI because they're literally living in like 90s.
And like, in a way, it will be. Do you ever see those stats on like jobs that exist now? And then the jobs that we have, like even my mum was like, your job didn't exist when I was living, like, or born, sorry. And I'm like, it's the same going on now. So then I was like, right, I need to learn more about AI. I need to learn about sales.
Automation.
Yeah, everything
All
like
of
that.
that. Yeah.
So I think from Google search, paid ads started coming my way and I was getting targeted. So it was this course where like AI, basically streamline AI in your own business. It was a 10-week course.
Yeah.
And whenever I was setting up my business as well, and I was kind of like marketing myself and then getting some leads and also doing some outreach, it was quite a time investment as well because it was 8 hours a week. And it was on a Tuesday and Thursday morning, like first thing in the morning. But that's one thing that like got me up and going and I could set me up for the day, especially when you don't have your own hours set yet. But whenever I was doing that course, it was more so like learning about Perplexity, ChatGPT, and absolutely like honing into how AI actually works and like the back system processes too, like Zapier. Like setting up these apps, like going from your emails and stuff. I was like, this is sick.
Yeah.
So now I've set it all up. But still, sometimes like the whole question about the controversy of it was if AI will like take over human creativity. It's scary. I went to an event yesterday. No, sorry. When was it? Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. And it was this AI generated video of this guy jumping into a volcano.
Oh yeah, I know that. Oh my god,
it's so real. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then Moses running through the desert. Like, do you know the American videos you get of people doing crazy shit? This is what was happening, and it was AI, and you can't tell the difference.
There you go.
I was sitting here being like, right, don't people hold people hostage and they get kidnapped and stuff? You can easily do that video. Like, the world's gonna, oh, girl. No, absolutely scares life.
No. I think, see, that's where I think that the trend is going to shift a little bit. So with like the rise of AI, because I don't think we can control that.
Yeah.
Right? And we'd have to adapt to it.
Yeah.
Even with marketing, just like you said, it didn't exist.
It's constantly changing.
Right?
Do you know what I mean?
So with AI, that's going to transform too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is it a beer or what?
But with that changing, what I think is that the human first thing.
Yeah.
That you need to talk like a human. You can't talk like a bot, because I do see a lot of content which is purely bot.
But see, when you start using AI more yourself, like, I caught myself the other day going, that's a game changer. And I was like, because I use it that much. Like, I know words that it repeatedly says that, like, it's not human. Yeah. But now I'm like, let's be real. I'm like, in a way, it's helped my grammar a lot. Like, wow. Like, people going on about the M dash. I'm like, I didn't know that existed. But now, with ChatGPT, it teaches me more than any English teacher ever did.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But then you're not going to use like words like synergy.
No.
I'm not going to say synergy to you, would I?
No, someone asked me on LinkedIn, can we connect? I think we have common synergies. And me, a girl who's on about like frequencies and energies, I was like, synergies. So I looked it up. There still is to this day where I'm on Google. Like, some people like will talk to me, and like there's one friend of mine, Nick, and he's very like academic, like those wording and all. I haven't a clue what you're saying. It's all these big words. Then I'm like, is it the differentiation between like Gen Z? I don't know. Then again, there's people like Orage in like law firms and things like that. I don't know. That's the difference in language. But then again, if you see my range of clients, it's like I have to switch from like Gen Z being like, hey guys, to like,
you're a boomer.
Oh yeah, to like dear and kind regards. But it will never ever say kind regards, because what does that mean? What does kind regards mean? Kind regards. I don't get it.
As in like being kind. So when you send like in our language, if you send like an unhinged message or an email, you just at the end you're like passive about it. Kind regards, Aaron Slowly, or like kind regards.
I don't know what it means. So like kind regards, like kindly regarding Amy Cunningham.
Yeah.
That I would never say that.
No.
So then they're telling us to speak professional, but you wouldn't even say that in person anyway. I wouldn't leave the conversation. Kind regards.
So I do it love and chaos in it.
Love that. I just say speak soon or like cheers. Yeah. And someone who hasn't met me and I've said cheers, and then they meet me in person and they're like, oh, you're Irish. I'm like, go cheers.
So like with just like social media, right? So social media manager.
Yeah.
You've been doing that for a very long time.
So I started off doing social media for like a real estate like development place. So that was in-house. So it was more so their social media and like video content creation, and then like keeping up to date with their website and things like that. So it was like a full rounder of things. But then after that, then I was in uni and I was doing that as well. And do you know what? I was actually writing a LinkedIn post last night about graduating, because I was going to write down about how you don't need a degree. And then I was listening to things I did in uni, and I was like, right, okay, it just taught me how to like get over a hangover, really. And so work under pressure and like be resilient and be like how to work under pressure and have a deadline in like an hour. But I was like, oh, that.
So like social media manager.
LinkedIn post popped in my head. Yeah, so I was doing it in obviously university, 2-year marketing degree, and then on the side I was in house for like a real estate agency, and then I was also working in a bar at the time. Yeah, so I was doing like a supervisor in a bar, which I absolutely loved because like I'm a wee social person, and again in there me being like systems ahead, like everything needed to be like all straightforward. So I ranked myself up then to supervisor in there, but I always had like mad ideas, like, oh my god, should we change the menu, should we do this, can I do the marketing inside? And they're like, yeah, you've all these ideas, like do it. So I kind of started doing it, but then more so I'd graduated uni at the stage and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was applying for jobs like marketing executive, and I was like, what is a marketing executive? So I was reading stuff and it was like doing emails, like what else was there?
Copywriting stuff.
And like SEO and all that. And I was like, I just want to create like funny ideas on a piece of paper and do things like that. I was like, I want to get myself into here. So as time went on then, and I was like watching YouTube videos on marketing, I seen the job offer then. It was actually across the water from me, and it was a marketing executive. And I was like, right, I'll give it a go. And I applied for it and got the job. And that job was definitely not what I wanted it to be, but it opened more doors than I could have ever expected.
More ideas.
And essentially it was because I was meant to go in as a marketing executive, like, so that was a part-time marketing executive job, and then so that was like 20 hours a week for an agency.
That's nice. That's good.
But the guy who also like co-founded the agency as well ran e-commerce club, and I was like the marketing manager of that. So that there was like my 5 days a week was 40 hours within those two, and then the weekends it was also doing the bar work. So I was a supervisor there, and I was like,
that was hectic.
Oh gosh,
that was
7 days a week. It was crazy, and even the way I am as well. Someone was like, "Can you cover the shift on a Thursday night?" I was like, "Yeah, oh yeah, 6 to 2 a.m. Then get up at 5 to go into my job." Yes, of course I will do that, no problem. But then I gave up the bar job then because it was getting too much, and I asked for a pay rise, and I was like, "Got it." So thankfully, I gave up the bar job, and then it was like last April, and I was like, I think I was burnt out, and I was like, "What do you actually want to do?" So in the back of my mind, I was like, right, in the agency world, it's more so like you're just taking in clients and you're pushing out content. You haven't a clue who owns them, or not who owns it, but who the client is, because obviously it's the marketing manager who deals with that. You're just the executive. So I was like, right, okay, if I am doing this and someone's just sending invoices, but I'm managing this client, then I can do it myself. But I was also getting frustrated with the way they were doing it. So I was like, right, okay, I'll go looking online. And there was this guy looking for a social media manager. And I was like, right, okay, I'll give it a go. And he was my first freelance client. And then so I was doing him on the weekends and after work in the mornings on the bus, whilst doing the marketing job, the 9 to 5. And I was loving that. And then next thing, I got a website client. And I was building his website. So I was loving it. But I couldn't breathe because I was like waking up early in the morning.
That was too much.
Yeah,
it was too much.
Yeah, it was absolutely nuts. And one wrong move, and that was me put off for like 3 days.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Because I'm not only like 9 to 5, but then you're managing like other people's businesses on the side. But so that's how I got into it.
Yeah, you'd even have to like power through like fever or like hay fever, all of that. You can't stop.
No, it's addictive though, because it's a thrill of like, I don't know, getting results and like applying your own ideas to something and being told that like I don't have to ask for permission in a way. It's more like, right, they're trusting me with this, and that's how I spoke with them, like strategy, just everything down to that, and you're getting them results, and that's more empowering than here's your invoice and I've never spoke to that client before, how do they feel about it, let's blame like the algorithm instead or something like that. So that's how I got into social media management, but within that agency and from uni as well, I was also building websites.
Yeah.
And so that stemmed from that. So now I do the social media management, but again, with social media management, it's posting and things like that. So the more I dived into it, the more I got interested and passionate about it. It's like a social media strategist now, in a way, along with the management. And I also do some website design and CSV files and a bit of coding. Send it my way. My brain is just like pure creative half the time, and then like analytical. So it's cool as well to jump around niches, but also jump from like creativity to like
analytics or later.
Yeah, I didn't expect for finances to come into it because you just do your invoices and
I know all that. Yeah, and that's the tough part.
Yeah,
I know.
And then in January, like I started posting, like obviously I'm a social media manager and I need to start marketing myself. So how am I going to do that? So it was Instagram and LinkedIn. And I was like, I've dealt with these platforms before. Sound. So started posting on Instagram and TikTok. And I was like, okay, this is cool. But it was more sort of like having a market on those two channels.
Yeah.
And it is quite time consuming. And there's a lot of competition as well. And in my old job, I'd explored LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like, I was like following people on LinkedIn like that there. But it was in January and I was like, oh, I might write my first LinkedIn post. And I was like, what will I write? And as I was scrolling through the feed, everyone was like, we are thrilled to announce that, like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So do I say I'm thrilled to announce that I don't have my job anymore? I quit. I just wanted to build my own thing. So I was like, okay, I'll put my own swing on it. And that post, whenever I did post it, I was shitting myself. Like, I pressed post and I legged it, and I was texting my mum, screenshotting it, being like, what do you think? And she was like, I'm in tears. That was so well written. And I was like, okay. And it popped off. So that there probably gave me the confidence to like write more like that. So then since then I've been posting like 5 times a week. And I'm literally addicted to it.
I love LinkedIn. I love leaving like memes.
Oh, the memes.
I love leaving memes on people's phones.
I've noticed a comment because one day I was scrolling and he commented, and I was at that signal, but it was this box and it wouldn't load. I was like, oh, is this all like more text? It was like just some meme. And actually, it's like, I thought that they can do it now on TikTok as well. The comments.
I love it. I love doing it. I go to like the most boring posts sometimes, and I just leave memes on.
That's good energy though. Like you're exploring it up.
I know. So like, I think there was a post last. I don't know. I think there was a post last month or something. I have no idea. But he talked about like AI and like there was this video of people like walking and talking like us, all of that. And I was like, God, that gives me an ick. Come on.
One of the chickens.
Yeah. And then that comment blasted. I was like, I need to comment like that. I need to be unhinged and chaotic. Yeah. That's the end.
That's what works.
The end.
Because essentially, think of the people who are on LinkedIn. So it's people who are running their own businesses or people who work within a business. Now, are you telling me that like this big polished, like I get up in the morning, I do this and that, and like you're constantly posting about your wins? Like strip it back. Like everyone knows it. Like there's challenges with running the business. You're constantly in the messy middle. Like the way I picture it is it's like you're climbing up. Like this is so cringe the way I think of it. But whenever I'm like going through like something hard or like I'm facing a challenge, it's like you're going up like a massive mountain and you're trying to get to the top. But then it's like you nearly get into like not even the top because like the top's years away. But like you listen to a good tune and like the beat's about to drop or something like that and you fall down. But then you get back up, keep going, and like in my head I'm always like, right, make sure you get to the chorus this time, and like, right, keep powering through and look back, and it's crazy that way. But people want to know about that. People don't want to know when you get to the top of the mountain. They want to know how you did it and like your fallbacks and like your challenges. And like the post where I say I've had an absolute meltdown or like I'm really struggling is where people are like, we totally get you, this is so relatable, you said hard. Because people can relate with that rather than like I'm thrilled to announce that I'm like 2 years in this job. I can't write. What am I meant to write? Like, congratulations.
What can you write on that?
You can't say congratulations.
You did it.
More tell me, like, what happened within them 2 years. Like, what are you planning on doing for the next year? Like, add your own insight. that's why I hate about, well, I shouldn't even say hate, but more so on social media, it's like my 5 top tips, right? If you have 5 top tips, give me your insight to it and why you think it's a top tip, or how you can apply, or like tell me like something against it. Like, yes, this works 90% of the time. I'll take interest in that, because you do find a lot of like corporate agencies doing that as well. Not agencies, sorry, but like recruitment agencies and law firms, accountancies, like 5 signs that you need a lawyer or something like that. There, I was like, no.
I get that. And that's like the classic social media post that we see on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Be corporate, be professional. And then there are people like us and other people. I love creators on LinkedIn, and they post content, and it just blasts because it's the most human thing you're going to read on that.
But it's stuff you can't Google.
Yeah.
And that's why whenever I am writing a post, I'm like, can someone Google this? Because no, it's my own personal lived experience. Yeah. Like, no one can tell the story that way because it's my own story. Unless you were a fly on the wall, which is very creepy. But yeah, and I feel like you get to connect with the person behind the brand as well. And to be honest, obviously whenever I'm doing my LinkedIn post as well, like, I'm following a strategy.
Yeah.
And not only to get a better network, but also to attract leads. So obviously, like, it's like the bottom of the funnel to the top of the funnel, like, things like that. But I'm also really wary with what I post sometimes in case it's a bit too unhinged.
Yeah.
And it was one time I completely, like, this is, as social manager, just put it to the side. I was like, I want to post this today. It's not in the strategy, but let's go. And I got 2 leads from it. Because they were like, your personality, your energy, we need you. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's feedback like that. But then, in a way, I think I was trying to apply myself to everyone. Like, okay, this content needs to, like, relate to everybody. And I'm like, no, because I don't want to relate to everyone.
Yeah, you just relate to yourself and just be yourself, you'll be fine. Being yourself, Amy, so apart from like being the social media manager, right?
She's just good question.
Who are you? Like, what do you think Amy is? Apart from all of that. Let's forget about marketing.
That's so hard to answer when it's literally my whole life right now. Not too good. But at the minute, like, I live on my own now in Liverpool. So obviously I moved here from Ireland 6 years ago. And that was sort of scary because I don't know why. I've never even been in Liverpool before. Like, usually you go on your flight and things like that. But yeah, so I came over here. I've never been here before. And I still remember getting off the cafe and being like, oh, it's so big. And I was like, ringing my mum because she didn't come over me. I was ringing my mum being like, this is massive. I don't know what to do, where I'm going. And I'm still bad at a map. Like, even when I'm up the side of town, like, I'm still going around. I'm here 6 years now. But yeah, so I came over with a few friends, but I never lived with them because we thought the best approach would be like, you live in one flat, I'll live in another, and we can merge together, like your friends and my friends. And that did happen, which was really nice. So obviously I was in university for 4 years, and then I graduated. But I feel like when you graduate, it's like, wow, like, you go out for your drinks and everything like that. But see, after, if you don't have a job lined up, you're like, right, what do I do now? Because my whole life was like, well, not my whole life, my whole university life in Liverpool was just obviously going uni, having the job on the side and drinking, and like not necessarily having mad responsibilities. But now it was more like, financially, I have to pay my own rent. I was like, whoa, because you obviously get it, like, your loan. So that was sort of scary. So I think a year, I'm graduated.
It is
there 2 years now. But the whole year after graduating, it was like navigating life and not actually having a clue what I was doing. And then my other friends, then, like, she already had a teaching job lined up, so she was up in the morning going to work, coming back, and like, I had all these responsibilities, and I was like, oh my god,
it feels weird, doesn't it, when your friends are like having everything sorted and you think you're not organized enough, or it's not that.
I was spiraling. I was like, what do I do? But I finally got to grips with myself, and it's still religiously what I do now. Like, I've wrote down, I don't know how many times, like, how I want to be when I'm older. And like, everything down to what I wear and what I eat for my breakfast and what time I wake up, things like that. And now I'm just working back from that. So like, that's the vision of myself in like 10 years, and I'm doing things every day now to get like that. But in a way, it's more like, I am sort of, since I live on my own now, so think about it, I was like living with girls and like my sister, then now I live on my own. I'm like, right, okay, I really enjoy my own company. I think that's dangerous for me.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
They're not like bad, but I'm like, okay, like,
You need to get out. You need to socialize.
Yeah, but in a way, it's like if I don't like to vibe with someone, like, I don't care. Like, usually I was a try hard and a people pleaser. And now I'm like, I need to just, like, I want to be left alone sometimes. And like, so I think there's a difference as well between being, like, lonely and alone.
I know.
Yeah, so I feel like,
I think you grow into your personality. Like, you start loving your personality and you're like, you need friends. But then at the same point, you're like, I'm not going to put up with anybody's bullshit, would I?
I think at the minute, I've learned a lot about myself from just being on my own. Obviously, with the work I do, I work from home and self-employed, so there's no one around me when I'm working. But I've learned like a lot, even like to dig deeper into like my own triggers and things like that, and just pushing myself harder when there's no one else around. So I feel now that I'm on my own quite a lot, I love it. I've learned a lot about myself, and it's more so in the mornings, like I sit there like the way Mel Robbins does it. It's like you crap yourself in the mirror in the morning, just things like that. And yeah, I feel like it's just finding your own purpose whenever you are alone because you're forced to do it that way. So now my schedule basically is I have a coach too, so my online coach, but she helps a lot, but like more mentality and like fitness side. So now it just looks like up in the morning 5:30, and that's a non-negotiable because I know it was good.
That's something I wouldn't reach at. So you're my goal at the moment.
It's so like, yes, I work for my own hours.
Yeah.
And I didn't leave the 9 to 5 because I don't want to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I left it because like I had a passion to do something, and I know that if I did it on my own and built a business from it, I could.
Yeah, I get it.
I have the drive, the passion, I know that I could. But like in a way,
a lot of effort.
Yeah, and where I've been like resilience. That's oh my god, no podcast or book or anything could set you up for it. It was crazy, but yeah, you're constantly reading and like people saying like get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Where's the 5 a.m. club? Let me tell you, it works. Because I used to get up at like maybe 8, 9 and start my day at 11.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then the next thing it's 3 o'clock and you're like, there's not enough hours in the day. But now I feel like, as I mentioned before, like it was getting a lot, like me wishing I was on the phone all the time on the laptop. That's what my life is like now. So to strip that back, I like getting up first thing in the morning before everyone else is awake because I feel like there's less pressure on me then to perform in any way. Yeah. So it's more so getting up and like I'll go to the gym first thing in the morning. So I'll walk to the gym and go to the gym, but not only for like fitness, it's the only time I switch off in the whole day. Like, I'll put my music on or listen to a podcast, but it's the only time I'm, like, pushing myself. And I'm, like, you can be hard on yourself, too, sometimes, like, especially within business, because you have to be patient with results and things like that. But me, when I go into the gym, I'm so constantly, like, pushing myself every day. Like, if I can get an extra minute on the Stairmaster, I'm proud of myself. So it would have been that way. Or if I can do an extra rep, that's my small win for the day, and I'm clapping for myself. And that's really good. And that's how I start the day off. Yeah. And then go home, I'll have something to eat. Or usually I might pop into the cafe, like, because it opens at 7:30, walking past, so I'll sit down. And usually that's when I'll do my LinkedIn engagement. So I'll go on or reply to emails, go home, have food, and then I'm back out. But one thing, like, I did get in the rut of staying in home too much. Yeah. Like, working from home, and then see the insomnia that comes with it.
I know.
Because you're working from your room, and then you're sleeping in your room.
See, I think if you shift that, yeah, your room should be for your sleep, and that's it. Yeah. Everything should switched off when you step into your room. I've recently applied, it didn't work. So if I have to work, I go into the other room or the living room. Yeah. I sit there and work, and I close it. And then if I go upstairs, there's no phone, no LinkedIn, no laptop. It's just me or a book or a good podcast, and that's it.
Learn that the hardest way possible. I was going to go to the doctor. It was when I first started. So obviously, I have a desk in my room, so I was doing work there with the beds right behind it. And then if I was getting ready for bed, it was shower, brush teeth, jammies on, get into bed, and laptop out. And I would sit there at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and there's sometimes it'd be 7 o'clock and I'd have 1 hour sleep and things like that. So I actually remember being on the phone to Mum, and I was like, I haven't slept. And she was like, Amy. And I was like, I just can't sleep, because it was constant, like your brain doesn't switch off in the environment where it's meant to be on. And I rang her one day then. I was like, I haven't slept. And she was like, right, do not go to sleep then. Like, stay awake all day. And I got to like 5 p.m. and I rang her again. And I was like, I finally feel tired. Like, this was a constant loop of me never wanting sleep. Like, I could not sleep in a way. And I rang her at like 5. I was crying. I was like, I'm tired. And she was like, right, okay, now get yourself some hot chocolate, run yourself a bath and things like that. And I was like, almost, it was constant state of anxiety then, because I was like, wanting to be tired and go to sleep, and it was pure insomnia. So it was,
your brain doesn't stop. It just doesn't. If you put your brain, I feel like my brain has, I don't know, it's not diagnosed. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't stop. If I'm working on something, I'm just working on it.
But that's one thing I've learned as well. Like, don't try mute it. In a way, because some people like would wish to have a brain like that, where it's full of creative ideas and things like that, instead of someone like just having a pure, I don't even want to offend anyone, but like a mundane brain where it's just like you have to go and do research and like you just copy other people. Like, oh, just think of your brain. Like, I did switch it this way as well, being like, it's beautiful that you can think like that.
Yeah, I get it. I had this client. He does this restaurant. He has a restaurant in Manchester. And so he's originally Pakistani too. So he reached out to me and he's like, I love your work and I love what you do and all of that. And I said, perfect, we could like hop on a call whenever you want. And I gave him this. We got on the call and he was on the call and he was like, okay, so do you have any ideas of what we could do and all of that? And my brain just switches.
Yeah.
So like I was like, we could do this, we could do that, we could do this, we could do that. And then he was like, that's really good. Like I wanted that because I wanted something that connects with the other person and not just like a restaurant come eat, blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect, yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you, blah, blah, blah. Left off the call, went back to my room, started working, and I'm just doing something. And then it hit me, like one of the amazing ideas for him. And I was like, and I sent him the email and I was like, I am sorry. This might sound weird, but this idea, I think it's going to work for you. Even if you don't hire me or whatever, just do it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, that is something that people do not do. I'm like, just do it.
Yeah. It's whenever you sort of like just blur out like what ideas you have. Like I had a similar experience with a client, so it was a lead, and he was interested in like called social media management. Then like it was a startup company as well, so but it was solely, this is where like you have to draw boundaries, but then again I can't because I get too creative. You'll understand as well, but you're brought in to do a job, and then next thing I was like, okay, I was going about printed media, like, oh my god, what if we like go into universities and do this? But then again, I'm only doing TikTok social media management. And then, oh my god, what if we do this with the email marketing and like set up that flow, and then with the website, but I'm only doing TikTok. Shut up.
But then it's the ideas, and you don't want to, I don't think that you'd want to not give it to them, because what are you going to do with them, those ideas? Like,
but it just shows how passionate you are.
Yeah.
Like about your role, and like, even though you can give the ideas as well, but they'll also like see you as like a valuable asset.
Yeah.
An asset.
And the execution of it.
Yeah.
If it falls through like the way you want it to, which is going to work, you know?
That's what I love. It's like I'll get an idea for something and like I'll go to the client with it, but thankfully like majority of my clients are just, you do whatever. Just we trust you. Like, and it's kind of scary that way because they're giving me their whole brand presence online, and I'm like strategizing it and executing it and engaging with their community. But
then you do understand. So with the audience, I kind of feel like I am the audience. Like I go into their shoes and I think
morph into them. Yeah, it's scary. Like whenever I strategizing for my clients, you kind of do when you do like your target audience research, and then I dive a bit deeper into it then. So I do like 4 customer personas.
Yeah.
And then like whenever I'm doing content as well, like copywriting for content, I'm like, I am Karen today. So like, what would Karen like to say? It's not a naughty fly.
It's the same.
They're everywhere around Liverpool. That's what I was saying. I came home one day and like, I wish I was joking. Like, you might get the odd one in your flat. There was 10 on the window, and I
no.
I was
very smart. Man.
No, I was like, I've cleaned the bins. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think it was the rain. I don't know.
Just it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
gonna get back to my question.
Ooh. I'm so bad.
No, you're really good. I want this from every guest.
No, I just spiral because I'm like, I'll be talking about something, and when I get an idea, where is it?
So, if the 16-year-old Amy,
right? Let me see, where was it?
Was here,
yeah,
what would she say to you? God, what would she say to you? Oh, in fact, I hate this question for myself because I know the 16-year-old version of me is absolutely rebellious.
So I tell myself, I
hate that version of myself.
love.
We make dreams come true.
It kind of is. So,
We do. Kind of do. Because I think there's a very big gap of every marketeer not bringing like the personality of the brand or the person behind the brand out there.
This is what I mean with AI as well. It's going to literally drown out voices. But from a marketer's perspective, if you're not using AI or relying on it more, I'm like, go ahead, because that means that the brand I'm managing, their personality is going to stand out more. Because it's not like everyone's using like ChatGPT and like AI to curate their brand now. So, and they say too, like, what would happen if all your social media channels like crashed, like with TikTok being banned? ChatGPT went down the other day.
Oh yeah, and it crashed.
Yeah. So, what would your brand do if you're not being real and authentic? Like,
I know.
Oh, so like
you just have to bring out the personality in it.
Yeah,
after show. It's scary.
And this is why whenever I find as well within like social media management, whenever I'm managing a brand, like this guy, he's kind of blunt and that's his perspective, but he can't communicate that because he's like, oh no, what if someone thinks this and all that? So whenever I'm like, right, okay, give me the reins and this is what I'm posting, and he'll approve it. Like we've been on talks and he's just like, or sorry, on calls, we're going through like the schedule. I'm like, right, can you give me feedback on that? And he's like, I would say this, but is it okay to post? And I'm like, yes, because it's your voice. Like this, that's what I'm curating for you. And he's just like, he feels vulnerable in a way, but it's also out of his comfort zone for me to like. I'm not being completely unhinged here.
Oh, I know.
It's sort of like he never really had the balls to do it himself or like speak like that. So, and now he feels more confident in himself, and now it's like he's taking videos because he was like, I'll never do videos. I'm like, well, I can't stick to just graphics the whole time. I'm like, I need some like humanization into it and like your own personal brand on the grid. So now he's getting a bit more confident with that. It's more so his vision coming to life because he sees like where it's going to be built. Like he's had the idea, the website there, he knows how it will work, but he just doesn't know how to like make all the dots connect. And I feel like now that I've done that for him, he not only feels confident with himself and his brand, but he's sort of like, oh, I'm going to make money from this. And like now he's like, I might release a book someday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa. Like he wants to, on his own YouTube channel, but he's like, well, wait till the channels are popping off a wee bit more too. And now he's like expanding his brand that once was just an idea.
You took him through that journey.
Yeah.
You did.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. It's fun.
See, those stories that make me feel really good because that is exactly what marketing is about.
Yeah, but even with
it's not just about like brand. It's about the person behind it. It's about the person in front of it.
That's what sells. Like literally, that's what sells.
Well, people think we're crazy that we talk about marketing with so much of passion, but I think I've met people who are really. I've met you.
Yeah. People I meet in cafes that see me in working from cafes. So obviously, again, work from home. So I'll work from cafes quite a bit. Yeah. I am an eavesdropper in cafes. Yeah. So if I see you on LinkedIn or if like I'm doing my work and I'm like looking over and someone's on LinkedIn, I'm up and over. Oh my God. But not as if like I should be known, but I just, if someone's like,
why not? It's the same thing. It's why not?
But it's more so like I like connecting with other people.
Yeah.
But if I hear someone going on about content strategy or like they're in a meeting and say something like, oh, our engagement's low this month, I'm sitting there like with a seatbelt around my chair being like, do not get up, don't get up. Or I'm like, well, I just write them a note and slip it under the table so like they know how to get it up. Like, you know, so that's me eavesdropping the full time. I'm brutal for it. But then it was turned around on me one day because I was on a client call. So it was the end of month strategy calls where we scope with analytics and then kind of structure, see if he's happy with it and the feedback on the next month's content.
Yeah.
And kind of explain why it's working that way. So like what went well, what didn't go well. Yeah. And I just saw about strategy and like engagement being up and why it was up. Because whenever I'm on calls with my clients, I like them to understand why, like what these metrics mean and things like that. And then like just saying random stuff like, well, that post got 12 saves, so we'll build momentum on that because it's savable, then it's shareable, and we can build more throughout the content.
Yeah.
And there was this guy opposite me, and he wasn't even scrolling on his phone. He was just like looking up like this here the whole time, and I was like, oh god. And it's kind of got me off on the call, but I was just like, oh right, whoever, like, go away. So I am quite loud, I feel like, in cafes too, because like I just get very hyper and just like on the call, like, yes, it just happened. Like, how are you? When I think it's Irish accent too that stands out. So after the call was done anyway, and I usually I have AI, which is a blessing. It's called
I
Otter.
love that. I was on the call with you, and I was like, I'm gonna ask Amy, what is that AI? And are you gonna get it? Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
And it's great to like get your action points after a meeting. Because if you're anything like me, I will talk a lot in a meeting and I'll not take notes, or they'll just fling out of me. So there's like Otter AI and like Phantom as well. So they are very good. But yeah, so I was kind of sweeping through Otter AI after the call, and this guy came over and he was like, hi, I just overheard you on a call there. And I was like, oh yeah. And in my head, I'm like, just go away. Just go away. Just like stop racking my head. But then he was like, what do you do? Because I feel like I need this for my business. And he was just a normal guy, right? Turns out he was actually from Denmark, and he owns 4 businesses in Denmark. And within, like, we sat down for 3 hours. Usually this process will take maybe like a week or 2. But within those 3 hours, we had a discovery call, right? Proposal. I showed him a strategy that I was able, because we were both working together and like building it up, and a contract was signed, and within 2 weeks. Yeah, and that was 4 months ago, and now he's still a client.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. So it's like,
oh my god.
Yeah. So I feel like working in cafes is the best like marketing strategy.
I know. I think I should get myself out there.
Yeah.
But that's so nice.
Yeah, it was lovely. But now I'm sort of like conscious of who hears me on calls. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, what if it was a really bad call? I'm like, I'm sorry. But no, yeah, it's crazy. And he's still a nosy Parker.
Red, you do believe in like the fact that visibility does not equal impact, right?
Yeah, say that again.
So like visibility does not equal impact.
No, if you're visible, like anything can be visible, like a tower that plant's visible.
Yeah.
What impact is it making, like, in that sort of way? In terms of like social media, do you mean as well?
Yes.
So if a brand is visible on social media, like you get this a lot with, so what industries can I go into here? Like accountancy firms and recruitment agencies, where they just want to be visible online. They just want to be seen online, so they're posting the same stuff over and over, and it's essentially like the posting and ghosting sort of thing that we all go on about. Well, if they're just constantly putting themselves, I don't know, it's more like just sticking paint onto a wall and hoping it sticks, and then coming up, and they might be doing it like every single day, or it's whenever socials are handled in-house as well. I notice it a lot. It's like, I'll get that up in socials, we like landed this new client today or whatever, and she may be in the HR department where she's handling invoices and like things like that, and she has no clue. But it's all about brand visibility at the end of the day. And then I'm like, right, okay, so that's where they take the belief away that social media is actually an investment for your business, and it does grow your business. Like, it drives in revenue, it drives in sales, because you're part of a marketing funnel.
It does.
And where is your target audience? And I don't care if they're like, I don't know what age they are, they're on social media. Like, they are. So in terms of like visibility,
do you think visibility like increases impact, or do you think that they're not like related to each other?
I feel if you are visible on social media, it's how you orchestrate it.
It's how you build like the basis of it.
Yeah. Like, definitely whenever it comes into organic, don't get me wrong, with organic marketing, you need to build up a good foundation. And then maybe layer on paid ads. See, if it's like a startup coming to me and like, can we just do paid ads? Because everyone knows paid ads will work, but you can't like buy trust at the end of the day. Yeah, organic social media is hitting every pain point, every like desire consumer may have, like all the solutions, and it's also bringing them through like a marketing funnel and the customer journey. So therefore, with just being visible on social media, but not knowing who your target audience is,
that creates trust too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, if you're constantly showing up online, that's obviously going to build some sort of trust. But then again, with just posting on social media, it's more so like, would you go into a networking event and right, your business card is your post. There you go, then walk away. That's what everyone does, because they can't be bothered engaging with people. Like, go onto your competitors' posts, like their posts, even
comment on them.
Yeah, but like your followers as well, like they follow you for a reason. Like, engage with them. So it's more so being visible, but like do it not strategically.
Yeah, but I think that's also changed like recently, where a lot of big brands have started like commenting on different.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
And there's actually, it's nice whenever your audience realizes it too. So I work with a client, and I do their social media just for TikTok, and we had a video like go viral. So within a week it was on like 7 million views. Now that's a lot to handle in terms of engagement, because you're talking now like over 2,000 comments. But here's me trying my utter best to like not only handle the engagement metrics that were absolutely going through the roof, and comments, like reply to comments as well, but like everyone wants to go viral, but it's with what you do after it. So like, yes, you've got all this traffic to your channel, and it may go to your website as well, but like it's slowly going to start coming down if you don't start acting on it right there and then. So like that's good to have in your strategy as well.
And how do you have like the processes? So if, for example, you're bringing that person to the website, how are you making him stay on the website?
And that's whenever like my brand chat, like, but what was I going to say? I was going to track it back to that. But 2,000 say comments on it, but it was really nice that I was trying my best to get through every single comment. So even if some of them were just emojis, but some of them were people asking for help as well. So getting through all those comments, and as I was going through them, there was one comment that was like, it's so nice to see the creator replying on the comments, because with our competitors as well, they have quite high following and they don't reply to any of the comments. So it's more so like, you can have all these followers and all these views, but like what keeps the audience coming back for more is whenever you start replying to their comments and they're like, wow, like this big creator has replied. Not me being the big creator, my client is, I'm commenting on behalf. So it's nice that way. So that, like, the visibility of that is creating an impact through connection that way.
One of the toughest markets I've worked with is like the lorry driver market. I still work with toughest market, right? Because most of them are like, so when I started in like that specific industry, Amy, I did not know shit about it. Right? So, and while like I worked with them for like a year now, it's been a long journey, and those people are 40 plus, all of them. I'm 26.
Send them my prayers. Trying to communicate social media that way,
and they don't go on TikTok. They don't have, most of them do not have LinkedIn. They have Facebook, which is, I love Facebook. Facebook is now a hidden gem. You need to try it.
The groups on Facebook, fair enough. But I will go on to Facebook to say like birthday party, like come to my birthday party or something. Or
I get that.
I baked a cake, like my auntie who's like 60. I baked the cake. Look what I made. Like, I'm like, where's the conversions?
I get that.
But do you know what? If I was marketing Betty Crocker, like red velvet cake, I would go on Facebook. Okay. But no, definitely there's a different audience.
So for that specific brand, the major audience was like on Facebook, and I had to entertain people who were like 40 plus, and I get that because I've not been into that sector. I don't know anything about this. So it took me time to understand it. They are the most unhinged and fun people I have ever.
Love your memes, you know. They would absolutely love your memes.
I love millennials.
I feel so bad. Sorry. You're Gen Z kids and that too. But don't get me wrong. There are a few that know their stuff, not like as if I'm more experienced, but in terms of like social media, things like that. But then it is kind of fun with a few of them that their brand is marketed to Gen Z, but they themselves can't speak like Gen Z, so that's why I wasn't working. So it's more so,
I know,
me coming on board with that. And then them like, I don't know, I seen on TikTok the other day, what does ORN mean? And it was my client putting in the search bar, what does ORN mean? And I was like, right now, it's just like, you have to speak like Gen Z to get it that way. So, but I get real banter about it now, but like Gen Z, like, what does this mean? And then like, it's like, what does YH mean? Like, it means So he's learning. I think he's astonished too that you can switch from like business Amy to Gen Z to like just all these random. It's like schizophrenia at the end of the day, isn't it? Like all these personalities.
I saw this video online of a millennial trying to be Gen Z.
Yeah.
Using the words Riz, slay, dab. And I'm like, what is going on? We're not like this.
Us dabs are. Can't just record. No.
Like, not this. Now we're fine. We talk very like humanly.
Yeah. It's how you say it.
It's just
to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom asked me what is HMU. She's like, what is HMU? It'd be like, what is slay? You write slay a lot. I'm like, no, I don't. Where are you reading all of the else? No.
Oh.
My mom, she texted me like, what is slay?
What's slay? Oh, bless. I don't think my mom. I don't talk to her like that though.
She watches TikTok.
Like, what?
She watches TikToks like my mom watches TikTok. She loves TikTok. Loves TikTok.
Right?
She watches TikToks of these like little girls doing things and slaying and all of that. Like, what are you saying?
Slay girl, slay. That's what one of my clients has, or saying it now, but when we come off a call, he's like, slay. And I'm like, you don't do it that way. A full grown man goes, slay. And I'm like, yes. Taught you well. But, no, even the likes of my mum and even my auntie, they're all on TikTok. Joe was really cute. Yeah. So I have obviously my own like business TikTok and then my own personal one. But, with my business one, my wee niece goes on my sister's phone and she was scrolling and she's seen me on TikTok. She was like, There's Amy. Is she famous? And I'm like, no, it's just TikTok. And like the odd time as well, when I do see them, I'll put them up on like my LinkedIn because it's more so like I appreciate their like chaotic minds. Yeah. And then also like just seeing them like with me working for myself. Yeah. They think it's crazy. Like, you don't have a boss, you're your own boss.
Yeah.
And they think that like, I'm similar in age to them.
It is crazy though.
Yeah, it's nice seeing that way. But I posted them on LinkedIn and they're like, oh my god, we're famous. And I showed Liam on the laptop. He's like, Mom, we're famous. And I'm like, Dad. And I was like, oh, so cute. It was so cute. Yeah, but he's come and work for me and he's older. And he was like, so I just eat snacks all day. I was like, yeah. Pay you for it. And he was like, it's cool, Mummy, I'm moving to Liverpool. So,
all right. So we're going to do unhinged truths now.
Oh god, how unhinged is this?
Yeah. Now, so if you don't want to answer them, I'm just going to cut them off.
Yeah.
A few questions are really unhinged.
Let's go.
So that's fine. If you don't want to answer it, I'm going to cut it.
Why I go?
I'm going to say it, okay? So one marketing belief or something that you have in your mind when you first started your marketing job. I'm starting with a low ball.
Like one belief in...
Yeah, something that you didn't know about the marketing industry that now you have it in your mind that, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. This is how it works.
Oh, that everybody's absolutely winging it. That nobody knows what they're doing. Like, absolutely nobody knows what they're doing. Like...
I know, oh god. Sometimes I feel like I'm shit.
It's constant state of comparison. Like, I would be on a call with a few people. Like, there's this guy who's building his own brand from scratch, and he's all these email subscribers and things like that. And everyone on LinkedIn is like clapping and being like, "You're doing so well. How have you done it?" I've jumped on a call with him, and he's just like, "It's just happening."
Yeah,
you're just going with the flow. It's happening. So it's more so. There's no. I even know myself. Like, there's no blueprint to how to build a successful whatever. It's you learn from other people's experiences, but take what you can and leave a wee bit, like filter out the noise as well, because there is so much. But in a way, if everyone could be successful, there was a rule book to it, and like step 1, step 2, step 3. But there is step 1, step 2, step 3, but in between all them, there's absolute fuck ups. And what the fuck am I doing right now that you don't know? No, that's what sort of like creates it. But yeah, just winging it. Like, you try to have it all figured out, really.
We're all winging it at this point. You don't know what's going on. What's the next step? Do you know that? No.
It's the next question. If I could be an animal, what would it be? 'Cause it'd be a bird. Wings. Absolutely winging it.
Okay, so the next question is, what do most people misread about you? So when they see you online, because that's the first thing they see.
Oh. it probably really annoys me too that online I feel like I want to come across as like who I am down to the bone in a way that yes, you can have a personality but also run a business. Yeah, it's not like, oh my god, I'm too stressed, I'm so professional all the time, like head down, don't talk to me. But I feel like at the start, whenever I was like taking on clients and like working with clients, the one thing that they were not only like the way I carry out work and the results, but the one thing they were attracted to the most was my personality and the energy I bring. So it's more so as I dial more into like my personality and trying to portray that better online, that again, is it like, is she going to be taken serious? Yeah, because it's like, right, okay, like me, like Amy, and like I'd find myself funny, like, 'cause I laugh at myself half the time, like, well, like, you silly bitch. But like, but also like my approach to things is like quite lighthearted, and like if all fails, then like just pick yourself back up again and keep going. So I try to communicate that the best I can, but then again, it's like, yes, you can have a personality, but also be successful. Yeah, like, so
I think yes, I think we all have that feral little weird little thing inside of us.
it's like, how much do you let it out for people to stop taking you seriously? But it's more so, yeah, it's like boundaries. You can hit boundaries.
Yeah, I get it. Honestly, get it. But I think that honestly, Amy, I'd like to make marketing because it's fun for me.
Yeah.
I'd like to make it fun for my clients too, you know?
Yeah.
So whatever, and that requires personality, unfortunately. You can't be like, okay, we are gonna do this now.
Yeah.
Or we are gonna do that now.
But it's more so making it like a livable sort of experience for them too. Because one thing I kind of deter from is, like, and I've had it in the past where I've took on a client and I was basically controlling the whole brand. They didn't know what they wanted the brand to sound like or anything. So I just took what I could from like their perspective and their vision and put it all down on paper and then executed it that way. But here's him like just getting on with his own life, and I'm here stressed and being like, right, okay, what about your website? And it was just like a landing page, but it wasn't convertible whatsoever. So you're telling me you want sales, but I'm driving growth from your social media channels onto your website where you're going to get your conversions in the website. So then I'm like, right, just give me the password to your website and I'll design it. So yeah, I'm still on a social media manager page. And then it's like the funnels for email marketing. So it's like, again, drawn back to like the passion for what you do, but the boundaries. And
yeah, I think I've tried that, you know, being very serious on LinkedIn. I've tried it.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, no, it's not. And I've also tried like being serious. So some of the people that I meet, like some of the brands that I meet, some are like really like, oh, we're gonna do this, and then fun. And then some of the people are very corporate, like, you know,
very lovely. Like, I like seeing that as a challenge thing.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. But it doesn't make your job that fun when they're just like not excited as you are.
Yeah. But then I try and like, so I said like, so I did the website for a client and I sent him a presentation and I said, yay, we did the website. And he was looking at me like, what? And I was like, yay, we did the website. And he's like, yay.
So I hear some ego going to be like, yeehaw. I'm brutal, but I know it works.
But I think that some of the businesses are like, for example, financial services or like and I've dealt with the most boring industries.
Yeah, but it's not too boring.
No.
And they're coming to you bored and they're just like, what are you gonna do? And like that's where I'm like, right, okay, this is a challenge, so I'm gonna like turn it around. But it's more so when you start working with them and then they start like, okay, social media does work, or like it can be fun. Yeah, like just change your copyright and then so I totally get it.
It can be informative, fun, educative, but then like something that's shareable and like fun or mean-worthy. Why not?
To have like just blend. If you're coming to me like and you just want to blend in, then like I can't. Like, yeah, you know what I mean?
No. Okay. Next question. What's the most unprofessional thing that you secretly do that makes you amazing at your job?
Okay. Number one, what is professional?
Yeah. So like something, Amy, that is super unhinged and would not be done in the corporate world.
I'm trying to think of the most appropriate thing because there's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. I think probably comes with a perk of being self-employed.
Yeah.
That it's sort of me unhinged and unprofessional. Do you know what? It's like if I don't want to take a call on that day, or if I'm just like I don't feel like working today, then I will not work. But especially like if I have deadlines, fair enough. But that's probably where I'll take a day off, or I'll just make something up. Like I can't make this call because my brain. Or there is a few times as well, like I don't do anything by the book anyway.
Yeah. I don't think anybody in marketing does anything by the book.
Yeah.
We're very unhinged industry in total.
Yeah. But like in terms of the unhinged things I do within the job,
I don't just comment memes on LinkedIn. I send them on email to people.
Oh goodness me. But do you know what? It's attached in the file. If I have to attach a file, that takes a lot of brain work.
Yeah. No, I just copy a lot. Oh God. I just copy and paste. So if, for example, somebody is saying, I hope this email, I have sent it. I hope this email finds you well on like a Monday or a Tuesday. I'd say, I'd send something so unhinged. They'd be like, I don't think you should email her.
Don't email her back. Who is she? Oh, I need to try this meme stuff out.
You should.
I just be on Instagram Reels and I'd be like in tears laughing. But it's where I get ideas for clients too. But like if they are more corporate, I'm like, right, okay, how can I tone this down a wee bit?
Yeah.
He's back.
We're gonna name him Keith.
Keith?
Keith
in HR.
Keith the firefly, the dragonfly. I don't know what that is.
That's on my bucket list. I really want to see fireflies. Yeah. Oh, I think it'd be beautiful, just like in a tent somewhere for like a second, and then start freaking out. Like, where's all these light bulbs coming?
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna move on to the rapid fire type. Like, so this is like this is like the plot twist round. I'm trying to make this like fun. Right. So this is the plot twist round. One sentence that lives in your head rent free since you started your first marketing job. Come on, Amy.
Like someone said to me.
Yeah. Something that lives in your head rent free.
Good or bad?
Could be anything. Could be absolutely unhinged. I don't care. Don't need to name people or anything like that. No.
I've had quite a good few things said to me, both good and bad. Actually. Repeat the question again. Might come to me.
One sentence that lives in your head rent free from your first job or any job in marketing. Somebody said something to you, unhinged, chaotic, messy, good.
I feel like not being like too confident in myself, but everyone who I've worked with is always like your drive and passion is going to take you places, and like keeping yourself and things like that. So I feel like even like when I was back in school, and then it drives on to like more in like your adult life as well. But even like past bosses and people I've worked with, or even clients from past jobs I have been on, it's like they're amazed by the work, and sometimes they say it and you're like, haha, you're only saying that because you need to in a way. But I think it was, probably I always have a lack of belief in myself, but when someone says that to me, it's sort of like, yes, I need to remember that. So that's why now for things like that, I have a album on my phone, and it's like for things like that. So if anyone ever says anything nice to me, even LinkedIn, like it's packed, like doing comments on LinkedIn, I will screenshot them and put them into the folder. So if I'm ever feeling like I'm doubting myself, or like have a lack of belief in myself, or if I'm like imposter syndrome as well, which I get quite a bit, but it like takes the back seat now. But yeah, whenever I get feelings like that and moments of doubt and moments of like, what the fuck am I doing, I still go back to that. Yeah, like that folder of like where people are like cheering me on and things like that. Yeah.
That's so good. Some people are genuinely nice on LinkedIn. Like genuinely, I get DMs and Keith.
It's the DMs on LinkedIn. Like people also at university who are like just reading your content is making me want to do marketing, or like just things like that. It's crazy, and people asking me for like one-on-ones as well to help them get into the marketing industry, which I have done as well, which is great. But then again, like with any marketer, everyone takes a different approach. Like no marketer's the same either. Like there'll be different aspects. So it's not only it's like reading and then creating and things like that. So, yeah.
So, all right, next question. This was supposed to be rapid fire.
So sorry. There's no else there.
Something you've learned. Okay, we've done that. I'm not saying that. So advice you give to your clients but do not follow yourselves.
Everything. Absolutely. Because obviously I have to market myself.
Yeah.
But I'm marketing them too. Now, like, I have a passion for what they're building.
Yeah.
Also, they're paying my bills.
Yeah.
Like, I am like, yeah. So I'm like, why don't you do this? There's a client with the day in the life videos. And I'm like, okay, we'll snip it up into 1 second. And then your voiceover should be something else that's not in the video.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, that's such a good idea. Any more advice and all that. And then whenever I come off the calls or if I send a message.
Okay. A trend you secretly hate, but you do it anyway.
Oh, the matcha trend. I hate matcha. I absolutely hate it. I've tried it.
I didn't like it.
I think he reacted to it. Or was it you? I tried matcha. It tastes like grass. I was like, oh, I'll have to take a picture of it anyway because I didn't take a picture. It didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? I have to. And then I got it with vanilla, but still tastes like eating that leaf. So
I'm still getting into like the peer pressure of trying the mango one, like the one with the mango syrup. I don't know because I have my reaction saved. Like I made a video of having the matcha for the first time.
Yeah,
I had it in Dubai, Starbucks matcha. I don't know, years ago.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't get it,
but everybody is raving about it now, and I think I'm gonna give it another try. I don't know.
Well, I've tried the vanilla and the blueberry. It still tastes like grass. It tastes like absolute like, I don't know. But it's just one of those things where, like, I am in marketing and I get, like, I'll still try trends, even though I'm like, don't be trends, be yourself. So I'm like, okay, my oat latte isn't cutting it anymore. I need to start this new green drink. It's the green. I love it. It's just the aesthetics as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
all right. If your content had like a star sign, what would it be?
I'd love to make up my own star sign someday, you know. Mine's so hard as well because I'm on a cusp. So I'm like between like an Aries and a Taurus.
That's interesting.
Makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
Don't know what the fucking terrible. No, it is fun. Probably like Cancer, would it be? Cancer.
It could be, yeah. I think so.
It's kind of like emotional, but yeah.
Emotional, but like knows their shit.
Right? Yeah. Zen. Zen.
Okay, a completely chaotic thing that you've done that actually worked for you.
Is in business or
could be anything. Honestly, anything.
Have
you like tried? I don't know where did this question come from. Have you tried like skydiving or something?
No. Oh, something chaotic. Well, this time it's June now, so this time like last year, I just had like a massive like whirlwind of a moment. I was like, right, this is what I want to do. Here's the time where I like officially wrote down all my goals, and I was like, right. And I was actually at home and in Ireland, and everyone was telling me just come back home, things like that. And I was like, no. Came back to Liverpool, booked a flight to Barcelona on my own, and this is my first like solo travel ever. And then it's just all whirlwinded from that. Do you know what I mean? So it was like in Barcelona, going to like these hostels, and they have on this app where it was like Trip BFF or something, where you meet people from different countries. So I was meeting people from like Turkey, like Greece, everything, and I still message them, and it's crazy. Like, yeah. So I feel like that wasn't a me moment, but I made it like just so it's kind of turned it into everything now. Yeah. So now I'm like planning my next.
I love that. I've never had like a solo trip. Like I've never had.
You'll not want to go on holidays with anyone ever again.
Really?
Honestly, it's like, do you want your holidays? Like someone like, do you want to eat here? And then like, no. Do you want to get a drink here? No, maybe later. This was like just me being me out on my own
on your
like,
terms.
Yeah,
your own time, wherever you want to do.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to talk to absolutely anybody. So probably gets me in trouble half the time. But yeah. So
it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely experience it at least once in your life.
I need to do it.
Yeah. That's where I got like, that was chaotic. I tried red wine for the first time when I was in Barcelona. I was just sitting on the side street in the tapas, and I was like, I don't know what that says. I don't know what's in it, but I'm ordering it anyway. So I was like, it's all about like new experiences. Let's do this on my own. And then I had one glass of red wine. I was like, this is actually nice. And then next thing I was like, how about I go get my first tattoo? So I went and got tattooed. I love I was kind of tipsy as well, getting it, but I was like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm tipsy in Barcelona on my own, and I'm going to get a tattoo. So,
And what's the tattoo about?
it was, this is such a weird story as well. So it's like koi fish. Yeah, it's beautiful. But it was like, in all fairness, I was like kind of struggling whenever I got it. But it was more so that like koi fish is like resilience and courage, and they can like swim up waterfalls that seem impossible. So it was like you can do anything. But it was kind of crazy. Whenever I did get it, I was like, I rang my sister and she goes, I have koi fish. I was like, I didn't know you had koi fish. So she showed me she's the exact same tattoo. I didn't know. My brother is fully tatted out, and he was like, I have a koi fish. And I was like, did we just have really bad childhood trauma? We were like, oh God, koi fish. Just didn't tell each other. But yeah, so
That's very nice.
yeah, it's not that.
It's a beautiful tattoo.
I love it, but it has me being a perfectionist as well. I can't. I don't want to be able to see it there,
Yeah, I get it.
or else I'll be like, oh, yeah. So I'll have a full sleeve on my back someday. Not soon.
All right. So, what is the biggest plot twist of your life so far? So, something that was like you thought it was the ending, but it was actually a beginning of something.
Oh. As I said, I was obviously like working my 9 to 5 and like freelancing, and at the time it was just doing what I wanted to do, and like had a passion for it, and obviously I was making money from it. But in November, me and my ex-boyfriend went to Morocco for the week, and obviously I still had to do some of my freelancing work when I was on holidays, and it was sort of like when I was there, I was like just watching the sunset and stuff like that, and on my laptop, he was taking a nap, and it was just like I think that's whenever I was like, right, okay, this is the life I want to live, like me on my laptop traveling, and even though like it was pissing him off in a way, but we had those like boundaries where it was like, do you want to have a nap, things like that. And mind you, I was still with them whenever I was like working my 9 to 5 and freelancing, but lo and behold, then we got back from my holiday and I had quit my job, so I hadn't handed in my notice, and it was like the day of my last day basically, and that's whenever a job was gone. I had no backup plan. Like I just knew I was quitting the job, and I didn't know I wanted to go self-employed. Like I knew I still had my freelancing client, but I was also looking like potentially like looking at logos. But then yeah, so I quit the job, and then he was like, yeah, you work too much, it's not working out, we're gonna break up. And I was like, okay.
I'm so sorry.
So it was like I quit my job and I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then my boyfriend, who just like broke up with me then, I was like, because I worked too much and just things like that, which didn't align in that way. And I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I think that was where I was like, right, I need to move home. I don't know what to do anymore. Obviously having to navigate life through like a breakup. And it was kind of a long-term relationship as well. Because it's sort of like your number one supporter, then like whatever. I was like, oh my God. And then next thing then, I think that gave me the drive to be like, right, I'm gonna make something of myself then. And head down, went on Canva, designed some random logo. Still not perfect, but yeah, I
love the logo. Shut up.
Yeah, it's social muse. I was like, okay, that sounds cool. Because I was going to do like Amy C socials, but I was like, no, I want to see this up on an office someday. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, right, we're going with it, even though I was cringing. But at the stage as well, I had like pushed all my friends away as well, because in a way it was more so like toxic relationships and like that. So when I say like I isolated myself from everybody, but probably in the best way.
When I started Plot, right? So when I started working on Plot, like just sat down and then just started putting it all together. Not a lot of my friends could relate to it.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, no, that's too fucking risky. What are you doing? No, just like stay in a job, just be happy. Like,
I know I get with the whole job thing as well, because my mum even, she was just like, just go, and this is weird. Like, I was building templates and everything like that, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to do this. And mum was like, just go get a job, like a normal 9 to 5 job. What you're doing isn't sustainable. And don't get me wrong, like she obviously wants like financial security within me and like stuff like that. And like I had no problem like applying for jobs and getting interviews, because I had interviews. But I was getting ready one morning to go to it was at the start of January, and I was like, right, okay, I'll wait till I get a few more clients. And I already had 3 clients, but I was like, right, I need stability. So I was getting ready to go to this interview. It was for actually like a marketing executive, like manager sort of role. And I just was like, I have a gut feeling. I was like, I can't go to it. I was already makeup, hair done, everything. And I was like, let's go. And I just couldn't go. I was like, I can't. And I don't know why. I rang my sister and she was like, if your body's telling you, your gut's telling you not to go to it. I was like, girl, yeah. I was like, I want to like go self-employed. I was like, it's not the money, it's not the freedom. I just want to actually like, make a difference and do what I want to do. Like, so yeah. And then I went full going ahead with it.
It's the gut. It's the fucking gut, honestly. Like,
yeah.
Keith.
Even back to what you said, people not being able to relate as well. Like, I've learned to navigate that in a way that not everyone will understand what you're trying to build or what you're going through. Like if you talk to anyone else who's building a business, they can understand in some way, but then they'll advise you based on their own experiences. Yeah. But I used to get really frustrated, like with friends and family not understanding, or like I'm so stressed, and they're like, and I'm like, no, like I used to get like really, I don't know, even your only small wins, like say for example you finished off like a template or like, and you'd be buzzing for yourself and you'd shown, and I'm like, I know. So now it's like you learn to celebrate your wins within yourself, and you'd be more of a buzz, and like kind of like that's when I deserve a wee hot chocolate at night, like, or go to Tesco and buy a cup. Yes,
I think that's very important because I'm in the beginning stages of it. You're still like ahead of me, so you could like tell me what to do and how to do things, right?
But yeah, but then it's more filtering it yourself. That's the one thing I had to learn. Was one thing I was grateful for, but also I wouldn't say poisoning myself, but whenever you're building something out of yourself and for yourself, you have a vision and you know what you want to do and you know your values and you know like where you want it to go. But then as you're building it along the way, think of it as like bricks, and you have people coming and saying like, why don't you do this? You should do this instead. Or this is what worked for me. And yes, take their advice on board, but do not let it dilute who you are, because that's what happened to me. Because I was like, am I building something based off other people's successes? Because then it's not my own success.
No, it's not.
Do you know what I mean? So it's more so now I will take the advice, yes, and see
if it works for it with you.
Yeah, it's like, do one of those filter jugs. Yeah, it's like I'll take what I can and leave stuff, but no, it's just being able to
navigate through that.
Yeah, navigate advice, and like even though people are doing it out of the goodness of their heart, but what works for them, and then
some advice do work for you. Like you do get like ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
with some of the advices, but with some of them, you're like, okay, one part of your life that never made it to a post or like online.
Oh, the good or the bad and the ugly,
whatever you want. The extremely unhinged Amy.
To be honest, like if you want to go slightly unhinged, it would be more so how much I actually work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like I took photos of it, but I've never actually like published it anywhere. But it's more so like literally working. Like I took a photo of me like in the sitting room, but it was actually back in like March, and I was just working in the sitting room, and I didn't realize how dark it got. And next thing you look at your phone, it's like 11 o'clock at night. My blinds are still up, and there's no lights on. It's just a laptop in my eyes, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
There's things like that, but then also like I can be quite like unhinged, as you can say, on social media, but then like I have boundaries when it comes to it. But then again, it's like no one sees the like 7 meltdowns I'll have a week. Do you know what I mean? Like last Friday I couldn't get myself up out of bed. Do you know what I mean? There's things like that there where you're like, even though last week was probably one of the best weeks I've had in terms of business, like in terms of like client results, like we got 7 million views in the video. One of my clients went this morning. I onboarded a new client, and then these other people approached me for personal branding because they were like, they're from America. Like, are you telling me I have a client in America now? Right? And yet I still didn't feel good enough in a way, but I would never, I just like I put that online in a way, like I don't know how to communicate it. That was like Friday morning, and yeah, I was just like, I can't get up out of bed. I was like, and it was my own fault too, because I went to sleep in my clothes that night. I was up doing work and I fell asleep on the sofa and woke up at 3 o'clock and I was still wearing my jeans and my top. Went into bed and I woke up. I was like, I feel like shit. I was like, but it can get really overwhelming when everything's going so well and you're like, well, this shouldn't be happening to me in a way. But yeah, then I rang my sister and she was like, so I have a notebook.
Yeah.
And I probably buy a notebook every 2 weeks. It's like, I'll scribble down, like if I'm on a call, if I have an idea, if I have things to do, and I will just scribble it. The notebook is beautiful because it has no structure.
Yeah.
I just open a page up. This is probably brutal, but I just open a page up and I'll scribble. Yeah. And like I can be on a call, but it makes sense to me and I know where the page is. Yeah. So when my sister was over 2 weeks ago, she had written a lovely note in it, but I didn't know because I didn't know her. Yeah. So I was on the phone to her and she was like, she was like, have you not looked at your notebook? And then I was like, no. And she was like, it's in a page. I don't know what page it's in. And she was like, Amy, if that notebook is your brain, you need help. I was like, it's how my brain works. I was like, I can't be
structured now.
Yeah, I'll take it off the messy book and onto like Notion. But yeah, it was like keep going. I know sometimes you be down days and like you deserve the world and keep persevering and like your resilience to everything. And I will FaceTime during it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get ready now. I can do this. So she was like, what's your name? I was like, I'm Amy. And she was like, come on, you would do a wee mantra.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So it's sort of like, even though you might talk about like the meltdowns or like it was chaotic, like there is meltdowns. There is like some days you'd be crying, putting away your wash and being like, oh my God. Then you kind of have to look around and be like, I built a business where I work with clients who love it, but also like, yes, I'm crying putting away my washing, but who bought them clothes? Like the business that you built and we're paying you for your work and your brain. That's who bought those clothes. And like, who's paying your rent right now? Because you built the business that brought in the clients and it's your brain is being paid and that's how it's all coming about. But it's sort of, it's when I say meltdown, I mean full blown meltdown and there's a few of them.
I think we all have it, Amy. It's the part of her life.
Yeah. That's why I can't do a day in the life. No. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to do a day in the life video.
I did it today. So I started recording today and I think I'm going to make like a cute video with you and I like this whole setup. So when I'm going to post this, I'll post that and then just link.
Do one. I can't do one yet because there's usually at least one tier a day.
Yeah.
But I cry over anything. Like if I see an old man crossing the street with a wooden stick, I'm like, oh my God. Like brutal.
No,
I'm actually brutal.
I had this Uber driver who was really old and he was driving really slowly and I was literally like,
yeah, go home.
What's the telly?
No, I get you. It's can be very emotional sometimes. Like, but even every day is like where I'm just feeling extremely grateful. I'll just start crying, like just walking through town, and I'm like, it might be a really nice day, and I'm walking my coffee, and I'll just burst into tears. Think I'm so happy. I'm tearing up already. This is what I mean. Like, I think it's more as you more like connect with yourself as well, and kind of like probably because I struggle to be very present. Sometimes I'm always like thinking, what's the next thing?
I think that's one of the biggest problems because
you're
thinking about the next thing. And I heard this quote that life only makes sense in the past.
Yeah.
You don't know the next thing. And being like having that bit of perfectionism inside of you, you're like, okay, this is done. You don't think of as an achievement. You're thinking of as a task that's done. And then the next thing.
And then on to the next thing.
That's one of the things that I think it's a struggle.
But I feel like if I'm always striving for like 100%, I'll never get there. So now it's more so training my brain to like, I don't know, like 80%. And
just do the best.
Go. Like, don't think about it.
Yeah,
get it done. Or else, like, I'm just 100% the whole time and nothing getting done.
Honestly, Plot's logo, I was talking to you that day and I was like, Amy, no, I can't. I don't know what I'm doing with it. But I didn't, till the very end, I did not know if this was it.
Yeah. And I was like, but you know what? Like, as it's been, like you say, for example, your first podcast, this might pull it together as well because you're kind of figuring out like how you interview and how like maybe experiences may shape the logo too. So but again, don't be perfectionist, you can always change it.
Yeah
I can, as long as you're not paying thousands of pounds to put it up on a big thing and you're like, no, I want to change the E and swap it over.
But then I used your advice of keeping like logos in front of me, like the printer. It worked out. I wanted the vertical one. Like, I love the vertical thing.
Yeah.
Like, plot out in loud. And I wanted, like, the out in other color. And I chose pink because, fuck yes, pink. Pink.
I want to like pink again.
Yeah.
I need some of the dynamics. I feel like, I don't know, the whole stereotypical, like, girly girl, like, pink.
I love it.
Like,
I used to hate it.
Yeah.
But I now love it.
I don't know. I like pink. I want to, my brand colors to be, like, pink and blue. And then I'm like, I don't know. That's those pink as I go. I'm like,
do it. That's a beautiful pink. That's a dusty pink, right?
I couldn't tell you. I was like, give me pink, but nude. I was like, oh yeah, it's the green. Oh, the green might change the color soon. Who knows?
All right, the final chapter, right? Two final questions. Not two. The last final chapter.
Go. Give me the best stuff.
Okay. So if this conversation was like a chapter of your life, what would this be called?
Damn.
Oh, I love that. Damn. I think I'm gonna title that. Damn. With Amy. Damn.
Do you know what? I feel like where I'm at now, everything's coming together, but it's like, I don't know. I'm getting to like what I may deem as success in the next 6 months, but I'm a very careful stage. Like, I have to be very, very careful with like my work, and yeah, it's like the messy middle I'm in a minute. But it's also like the best part as well, because I feel like I'm learning more about myself.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to say no to more things and yes to the right things. Because at the start, it was like yes, 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 yes. And the more you say yes to more things, it doesn't align with your vision, and you're sort of getting drowned out then by, I feel like you might know yourself whenever you are like starting off and you're saying yes to a lot of things, you're doing a lot of free work.
Yeah.
A lot. And it mightn't even be like for them, but like you're crafting proposals that may take ages to do, and then you're just like, yeah. So it's more so saying like yes to things that will actually move the needle in the business, and not just like get the networking thing stuff. But yeah.
All right. What is one truth that now you live by, like, completely? That is one thing that you live by completely.
Oh, see, on the inside of my wardrobe, it's all these notes. It's all post-it notes. I'm trying to visualize them now because there's that many. Oh,
I love when you said that. I'm just gonna get it done like 80% of it. I'm not gonna
add 80%. I feel like, especially with me, I'm always being hard on myself, and like I always feel like I need to, like, whenever I change the chapter of a new book, I try and get, like, I'll try to change my life in a day.
I know, I get it.
Oh my God. But now I just focus on, like, 3 non-negotiables for the day. And that's both, so 3 things in the business, 3 things, like, mindset, and 3 things for my own health.
That's really dope.
So, yeah, so I have that up on my wall. So it's like 3 things every single day. They're non-negotiable. So that's 9 things. There's 9 hours in a day. These don't take that long. So I've been get all them ticked off. So in a way, then I know they go on about like 1%, get 1% better every day.
Yeah.
To me, 1% isn't attractive enough. So if I have these 9 things, I'm like, okay, that's 9% better. Then rather than trying to change my whole life around again. And yeah, I feel like constantly checking in with yourself as well. But now I've done that every single day.
That's important. I think that's a really important lesson that you learn with time, but you need to get organized in that area. I think it's really important for you to mind, health, your body, listen to your body. I've recently learned to listen to my body.
Yeah.
What is it asking? Why are you feeling that way? What do you need to do? I think it's very important. I think,
especially like if you have like a passion and desire to be something, like you build up resilience to do it as well. And that there is like, it's more than any book or podcast or university degree that may have cost me 63 grand or anything like that there. So I feel like your desire and passion, it drives you more than anything. I'm actually just being in the grit of it all.
Yeah. It's just, I think it's the spark of being in the grit.
Yeah. And also like not being afraid to be different either.
Yeah. No.
So
be yourself. There are a lot of people who are the same in this world. So you're
unique. I'm unique, but unique here.
All right. If you could dedicate this episode to somebody from like past, present, imagined,
Yeah.
anybody, like anybody,
Like,
who would it be? Amy.
either me from the past, anyway, my wee 15-year-old self, or the wee 9-year-old girl who was taking books from her bedroom and selling them on the park bench, being like, you will start a business someday, girly. And then, yeah, or for anyone who doesn't really know what they're doing, that no one really does, but it all works out in the end. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you don't have to have it all figured out.
Yeah. And it's not the end, it's the messy middle part.
Yeah. It's chaotic, but like, it's the mess that gets you places. Yeah. That's how you figure it out. You have to make a mess. Like, nothing's ever straight. It's just good.
All right, this is like the flip-off question. What is one question? Think of it as this is your podcast. What is one question that you'd ask me?
Can I grill you now?
Go on, Ben.
If you... Oh, give me 2 seconds.
Take your time.
Loads now. With your podcast, like, what do you take away from your podcast, and what do you expect the person you're interviewing to take away from it as well? Like, what value does it hold?
So the person that I am interviewing, I want them to feel that they are the main character of their stories, even with like
hero, arc hero.
Like with the ups and downs in life.
Yeah.
And I want people who are not recognized enough to feel that they're doing a lot. Like, you are doing a lot.
See, I have learned a lot about myself in this book.
Yeah. So that was the first part of it. And I also feel like a lot of these stories need to be out there.
Yeah.
Because if I look at myself from like a year ago, I was new to the UK.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. And if I would have seen a podcast like this,
because nothing's out there, really, isn't it? Not?
No, and I would have loved Keith.
Yeah.
Keith the dragonfly.
Where is he now?
I don't know.
He left, so I scared him off.
And what was the second part of it, Amy?
What you want to take away from it? Like what?
Fun stories and good friendships.
Yeah.
And because I know that for a fact it's gonna get lonely for me slowly.
Welcome to the club.
I know that.
The club we all fit. Yeah.
It's a chaotic and unhinged club.
Yeah.
And I would love for it to be a community. Honestly, I'd love for it to be a community. I think I really hope it makes it. I don't know right now. I'm really confused. I am really on like the first stage of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing, if I'm being honest, but I really hope there's a space for it.
I hope you look back at what you just said there in like a few months' time or even a year's time. Like, wow.
I'm going to meet you and I'm going to say, let's just go and have a drink.
I love this.
But yeah, you know, the funny part is that people here are so accommodating, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, some people here are chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Absolutely chef's kiss.
You'd be salty.
Yeah. They don't know what I'm doing. They don't know what I'm doing. You didn't know what I'm doing. I don't know it.
That's the beauty of it, because you sort of like, you have an interest in something and you say like you want to go a certain direction with it, but until you start compiling more ideas to drive it, then it will figure out its way.
Yeah.
So,
but they trust me more than me.
oh, okay.
But yeah. But I think it's been a blast. This is the first episode that I'm doing, and this is probably going to go as the first episode, but I want it to go as the first episode. And
you might have like a few edits to go through though.
Yeah. And I'm going to take out a lot of unhinged clips off of it. I'm going to send you bloopers.
Blooper reel. Please, blooper reel. I love blooper reel.
But yeah, so thank you.
My pleasure.
It was lovely meeting you.
And especially this week, something.
I think we're going to do cheers. She's taking your like coffee.
Mom, I really want to take it. Yay.